Only 7 minutes late today. I'm really proud of myself. Feel like I'm going up in the world. Good morning, guys. How you know, I was telling you that I keep tripping up over my words. I've said like one line to you guys and I've already done it. How bad is that? Anyway, obviously you're all here because I'm a bit late, so we don't need to wait for anyone. We're always waiting for me, aren't we? So anyway, good morning. Cheers to you all. I really needed that. I didn't blot my lipstick this morning, so the lipstick has gone all over the cup. Always blot your lipstick so that doesn't happen. But I forgot because I was rushing. Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to put the world to rights. We're going to talk about... It's always Jet 2, isn't it? You know when I forget to actually mute the computer, it's always Jet 2. That comes on. So... we're going to talk about the £10 challenge. We're going to talk about the latest vlog that I've done. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world at the moment. If you've got anything that you guys would like to discuss, do please let me know, because there's definitely something that I want to talk about. Not in a negative way or anything like that, but it's just something I just really need to get off my chest and rant about, because I have to. Oh, and by the way, I do have another McDonald's rant. You're not going to believe it, but we'll talk about that when I talk about the latest vlog that I put up. Hopefully you guys have all seen it and watched it. I think you might have done, because the numbers on it were pretty good. So thank you for that if you have tuned in. But before we go anywhere, let's do some shout outs, see who we've got with us this morning. Let us know if you're new to the channel as well. And obviously we'll give you an extra big hug virtually. So here we go. We've got... Smokey, shout out to me, big shout out to you. We've got Luz Widworld, Andrew Lane, Amanda Beach, we've got Sharon, Nadine McLeish. Good morning to you. We've got Karina, we've got Helen Bosworth, Harry Osborne, Lee Davis, Rosie Lee. We've got Penny, the Master Goose, Michael John Dennis, John Stanley, Judy JN3, Craig Cargill, Carly Thomas, who has been a channel member for 12 months. Good morning to you, and thank you for a year's worth of support. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. That means a lot. We've got Susan Turner, we've got Eugene McGeever. I might have already said, if I've repeated the same names, forgive me, because sometimes I get confused as to like whether I said them 5 minutes ago or last week. I can't remember. So honestly, I do suffer with short-term memory loss. I'm not joking. I think it's either a mum thing or a premenopausal thing, or just time in the month thing. I'm not sure. By the way, it's not my time in the month anymore, but I'm just saying it could be certain stages of the month. Now that we need to talk about periods, we'll talk about that another day, because nobody wants to talk about that. Julie McGarty, Claire B, Reverend Mother Lady Sherwood is here. Hi to you. Helen Bosworth, I'm sure I just said that. Frene Moore, Willows, Melanie Rose Clark, Lisa Pryor, Elizabeth Copland, Peter Chelmsford. We've got Belvedere in the chat. Belvedere, you were on here last night. You were that fast. Judy McGarty, Eugene McGeever, Christopher Butt, Sarah G, Andy Bennett, Donna Reed, Maria Mason, Michelle Butterworth, Catherine's Adventures, Jules C, Alicia Holt. Hello, Alicia. Thank you for coming to see me at the weekend. Much appreciated, and thanks for the bottle of wine. She bought me a bottle of wine. I was like, whoa, what made you think I wanted that? I did want that though. But yeah, thanks, Alicia. We've got Tora the Town, Jane Frederick, Stephen Layham, Lisa Pryor, Barry Coppock is in the chat. Hiya, Barry. Nice to see you. Andrea and Mark's Travel Vlogs. We've got Paul Holt as well. Again, nice to see you as well. Paul it came out Paul. I had to say Paul Holt and it came out Paul. I'm so sorry. Told you I trip up over my words. Mary Stacey. Let's see who else we got. I'm just scrolling back down at the bottom. Beverly Marr, Karen Bonner, Yvonne Sullivan, David Jolson, Lenny the Beast Roach, Christina PV, Charlene. I think have we got Kat? Yeah, we're caught up. I think we're caught up with everybody. Anyway, if I have missed your name or anything, then do forgive me. I try to get through it as quick as I can. And sometimes because the writing's very small, I might miss people or think I've said your name and I haven't, because I might have said it the previous week and I still think it's this week because I'm a bit dumb like that. Oh, Joanne J, hi. Abigail Watkinson. Hi, Fiona. Might not be able to stay on the live as the signal keeps dropping out, but we'll do my best. Is it dropping out? It's not dropping out here. Is it your end? I'm assuming. And have you haven't been on holiday yet, have you, Fiona? You need to let me know how you're getting on with that. Stephen Ainsworth. I love your accent. Bit of Norfolk, bit of North London. London? Do you think it's North London? Total respect for you doing your stuff at the holiday resorts. Tim is also a legend. Oh, Stephen, thank you so much. I appreciate that. No, my accent's not North London. It's Norfolk. Well, I thought it was pure Norfolk, really, unless I've like picked another accent up on my travels or something, or maybe it's because Tim's Cambridge and like maybe like he rubs off on me, but I don't think really Tim's got much of an accent. I don't know, but I don't know. There's no London in there. Definitely not from London. I don't even spend hardly any time in London, considering it's our capital. But I've got northern parents. I'm from Norfolk, so I might have a little, like a bit of a mix of Norfolk and northern, maybe. I don't know. Very small northern. I don't know, and that might come from my mum and dad. I get a lot of that in the family. So anyway, right, let's have a little quick chat. We've got 197 people with us this morning, so please hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Right, quick chat. What's going on in the news at the moment? Obviously, I'm not talking about main news like you know, of the world, BBC and whatever, but just like in the little entertainment industry. Oh my God, Tommy and Molly. Oh my God, it's killing me. It's absolutely killing me. I'm devastated. I'm trying to follow it as much as I can. But I don't know. Nobody knows what has gone on there. And quite rightly so. It is none of our business. It's got nothing to do with us. It's between them two. We should all butt out. But I want to know. Why do I want to know so bad? Because I think I want to know because I'm just like, everything looked so smooth. So I guess I'm curious to know how such a smooth relationship can go so wrong. Because I'm just like, can someone please tell me? Because if they can split up, anything's possible, right? That's the way I see it. So yeah. Can't say I might get arrested. What? Oh, what? I don't know what we're talking about here. Is this got something to do with football? I'm absolutely devastated. Absolutely devastated about it all. Beverly, who are you going on about? Right, so there was a couple in Love Island, and it was 5 years ago, and they were like the one couple that I know of. I watched their journey through the series, and they stayed together. And she's actually a YouTuber, so she's one of the YouTubers that I watch. If I ever get to sit down and watch a YouTuber, it will be Molly May. And Tommy Fury is Tyson Fury's brother. So if you're wondering who they are, and it's just absolutely devastating. They like had a kid a year last January. So their child will be what, 1.5 now probably, because she was exactly a year after me pretty much with Casper. So I could relate to some of the things that was, you know, what was going on about and that. And I'm just absolutely devastated. I just can't believe that a relationship like that can just go. But it is everybody else's, like, it's their business. Everybody else should butt out. But there's speculation, and this is what's wrong with the internet today, because yeah, I know, that's what I was just about to say. People Amanda, was it Amanda that just said that? Oh, Sharon just said it. Sharon says cheating rumours. Yeah, but isn't this like the dangerous subject? Because what if he hasn't cheated and everybody is going around saying Tommy's cheated, Tommy's cheated, Tommy's cheated? But to me, it's like, what if he hasn't? And then there's all this talk. It must be really stressful for them if he hasn't. Do you know what I mean? It might just be like quite a mutual thing. But I think what makes us think he might have cheated, and there is one thing in the water, not being a gossip bag or anything, but there's one thing in the water that's made us think that that could be the case. And that is because, and we shouldn't think like this, but we do, because we're stereotypical. And believe me, so many people are judgmental over my channel. So, but I'm not being judgmental in a mean way. I'm sort of sitting right back on the fence on it. I'm just kind of looking as an outsider looking in, not being judgmental. But they both put up statements at the same time declaring their breakup, and Molly May had put up how she was absolutely I can't remember her words, but the way she worded it was almost like, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, you know, like she's shocked. And Tommy's was quite straightforward and not as much emotion as her. So as an outsider looking in, I kind of thought, if she's appearing to be shocked, something's come out of the woodwork. But that might not be the case at all. That's just how it probably looks. But you can't jump to conclusions. They might not tell anyone ever. We never found out why Peter Andre and Katie Price split up either. I was waiting for that to come out the woodwork, but it never did. Teresa, thank you for being a channel member for 15 months. Morning, Gabby. Hope you're all keeping okay. Yes, we're all good, thank you. It's been a very, very hectic weekend for me. I've just completed... Oh, is Holly in the chat? Sorry, I was just reading some of your comments and then I just saw Charlotte A19. Never mind them. What about Ellie Belly? Poor elephant. Yeah, so she's got this... Molly May has got an elephant that she goes to bed with, like a little teddy. And I know, must be hard on the teddy, I tell you. Jason Webb, question. Jason, it's not Q&A. Good morning. When are you going on your next family holiday video? We're going away... my God, I don't even know what day it is today. We're going away... Is it a week Wednesday? I think it's a week Wednesday. I think. I'm really not sure. I have to open up my diary and look. Like, Tim has just, like, flown out to Florida. So, by the time he gets back, we're going on holiday kind of thing. There's just hardly any time in between. So, I don't know how he's going to get over that. And I've got 4 more gigs to do before I go on holiday. So, I don't know what day it is. So, that's not really in the forefront of my mind. But... we are going away. I think I will. This is how bad I am. Like, I literally live my life day to day to day. But it is next. I'm sure it's next Wednesday. I'm sure I'll keep you posted. So anyway, yeah, I'm absolutely devastated about the whole Molly and Tommy thing. I really genuinely think they'll get back together. I really do. I don't think they'll break for good. It just seemed too good for them to just throw it away when they've got their little treasure as well. So, yeah, I think they'll get back together. Paul says, apparently Peter Andre woke up one day and realised his little legs weren't long enough to run. Hang on, I'm a bit slow. Is that a joke? Is that a joke? Is it because you think he should have got out of the relationship sooner? Nobody who knows who Katie Price is. Come on, what's going on? The Master Goose says, what if the breakup is to get views or clicks? Can you imagine though, right, you might have a point there, the Master Goose, because if they've broken up, right, and then they get back together, the amount of press they will get though, the amount of attention, can you imagine? But I don't think they would do that though, because that isn't fair on the kid, is it? Like, to sort of do a publicity stunt and split up. So I don't think so. And I only watched like her vlog, was it last week that she put a vlog out? And everything seemed quite standard in it. Like, there was no... she seemed quite happy. There didn't seem... actually, she did look a little... she was saying she was having down moments, but she didn't say it was for anything because of that. But I just don't know. It's just really weird. I'd just love to know. I'd love to know out of curiosity, not being like someone who would, not for trolling reasons, but because I'm so shocked that such a successful, happy couple could just break like that. And I'm just like, what the hell happened there to make that happen? I just thought it was a shock. Usually if it's a couple where you can see like, there's some cracks, then you'll be like, kind of expected that kind of thing. And then like, it's okay because you've expected it. But when you don't see any cracks, it's a shock. It's like, I was really shocked when Louise Redknapp split up with Jamie Redknapp. I thought, two beautiful boys that they've got. He's quite dishy, isn't he? She's really good looking. She's a catch. The perfect couple. Great, like, you know, mother and father-in-law, Harry Redknapp. I mean, who wouldn't want Harry Redknapp as your father-in-law? So, House in Sandbanks, well, they didn't, but the grandparents did. Who could want for more? Then she goes on Strictly, and then they split. And it's like, what? I know what happened there, though, because, like, we all found out that she was, like, because she felt a bit bogged down with mum life and that, she didn't really, her career sort of went on the edge, didn't it? And then when she went into Strictly, she realised she, you know, she'd got all this stuff going for her. And then she decided to just get out and start living her life again. And I think that's one of those things that you need to sort of be careful with in relationships. You've got to make sure that you don't get bogged down with the whole grind of life and then feel, you know, like you're not living your life because you've decided that, you know, you're going to put yourself on hold and put everyone before you and just be sort of chained to the kitchen sink and stuff like that. And it's, well, not literally, but you know what I mean, like sort of like just housebound and just being mum and wife. You do need to be yourself too, and I think that's really important in a relationship. I'm not giving relationship advice because I'm not. I'm really not one for giving relationship advice. Me and Tim argue like cat and dog. So yeah, don't ask me for relationship advice. And I've also had like a really bad failed breakup. But I'm proud to say that wasn't my fault. And anyway, moving on from that, because that's another thing. Karina has been a channel member for 8 months. Morning, Gabby. Can you please shout out my daughter, Scarlett? She's 4 and loves watching you. Good morning, Scarlett, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and thank you so much, Karina, for 8 months of support. Much appreciated. Isaac says hello. He's watching and would love a shout out, and he is still buzzing from meeting you Thursday night at Bermuda. Oh, brilliant. Big shout out to Isaac. Big shout out, and thank you for coming to see me at Bermuda Club. It had been a really busy weekend. Hang on, that was Bermuda Club was this weekend gone, weren't it? Yeah, it was. It was Thursday. That's probably why it feels like it could have been the previous weekend, because it was Thursday, because it was such a long time ago now. This weekend is mental. So I did 3 gigs weekend gone, 3 gigs a weekend prior. I still haven't really recovered from this weekend because I'm still so tired, because like I had quite a long distance one, well, 2-hour drive, which is long distance for me, you know, when you've been doing other gigs, but it is what it is, and that's part of the job, traveling, and that's how it goes. But this weekend I've got 4 gigs, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and luckily they're all fairly local, so I'm really pleased with that. So I'll be putting my my gigs up on my Facebook page in the next day or so, but it's going to be really busy. So when this holiday does finally get here, I'm going to be chuffed to bits, because I'm going to really need it, because it's exhausting. It's really full on doing gigs. I don't think people sort of realise. Obviously, if you watched the recent vlog, you'll see I've put snippets of my gigs in there. And do you know what one of the hardest parts is of doing a gig? It's setting your equipment up and packing your equipment down. Oh, I really do wish that I was so successful I'd get someone to do that. I mean, the Haven sites and the Park Dean sites and sites like that are great because I can use their equipment, but they're the only problem with that is you don't really have much control over your own sound. You just got to put a lot of faith into whoever the tech is, and that can be quite challenging because you've got to kind of adapt and work with them a little bit. And then when you do your own gigs, obviously you're in control, but then you've got the downside that you have to set up all your equipment and then pack it all back down. And that's hard work. That is really hard work. Lifting it in and out of the car, and at the moment, like my dad's waiting for a hernia operation, and I won't let him lift anything at the moment because it's just, it's risky business doing things like that, lifting when you've got these hernias and stuff. So me and my dad sort of go on our gigs together. I say ours because we've always done it together. And yeah, I just feel quite bad for him because he'll sit there and he'll be like, I'm just so sorry, I can't, he will like carry the light stuff, but he feels so bad because back in the day he would always, like, I used to have really heavy speakers. Like now it's easy, it's just a tower speaker. It's still heavy, mind you, because like the amps in there and that, but it's not like it used to be. I used to have 2 massive speakers with amps built into each one, and my dad used to carry them for me, and now obviously he can't, and I don't want him to, but you do sometimes get people that think, oh, look at her doing all the work and her dad sat there, and I'm thinking, you have, this whole speculating thing that we're saying, people don't really realise, there's a reason behind it. They think, oh, it's just sat there going, you crack on. But to be honest with you, even if that was the case, it's my job. It's me that gets paid, not my dad. We just get paid in pints. I do buy him a couple of pints though. Michael says, have you seen how many people in Spain and Med in Venice are protesting against over tourism? I've heard about that, Michael, but I don't really know too much about it at the moment. But I have heard. Glory to Jesus says, I devoted my life to my husband, never regret. He died in 2017, my soulmate, my world, and I want no one else. Oh, that's lovely. That's how it should be. That's like, obviously living your own life at the same time, but devoting, like not cheating, not like, standing by each other. That's the way it should be. Once you marry someone, it should be for life. Because that's what marriage is all about, isn't it? Like, I think a lot of people forget that when they get married. I know people get divorced for all sorts of reasons, but when you do your vows in the church, it is for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, sickness and health, and I can't remember the other one. That might be all of it. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I just know that for better or for worse, which means there's my favourite quote, and actually my sister introduced me to it, and it always meant a lot to me, and I always think of it this very, very day, because I'm one of these people that, as you all know, have suffered really badly with my anxiety, and I've had moments where I've been so down, not down with depression, but down with anxiety, and then that can make depression kick in a little bit because you feel like, oh my God, I can't do anything because I'm suffering so badly with anxiety. Like my anxiety was all like, every day I'd wake up and I'd be like, I think I'm gonna die today, and I'd be like just terrified that I was gonna die, like something was gonna happen, and it was the unknown, and I'd be just like, every time I walked out of the house, I'd like go to work, I'd be like, oh my God, what if this happens to me, what if that happens to me? And yeah, I don't know how I got into that sort of nervous state, really. I don't know how. I mean, I'd always suffered with anxiety, but I didn't know how it went from one extreme to the next. Like, it had literally just gone absolutely crazy. Like, there was just normal anxiety level, and then there was just through the roof, and there was so many things that caused it. And I do think, and I said this to Tim the other day, that I think one of my triggers of what caused it, and this is not great advice for anybody, because working where I worked, I'd be put on first aid courses, obviously, and I would find every time I was in a first aid course, my heart pounding really, really fast, and I'd be like, oh my God, because obviously you'd have to role play scenarios and stuff to do CPR and things like that, and I just had become really terrified in my mind of, what if I was in this scenario? how would I deal with it and stuff like that, and I would just be absolutely terrified. And what if it's me? What if it's me it's happening to? How am I going to cope with that? And it could be today. That could happen to me today. And like, I'd start thinking like that. And it's not good advice, because you should do first aid courses 100%. Some knowledge is better than no knowledge, and that's why I used to push myself to like go on these first aid courses as well at work. Like, I think if I had said to my boss, I'm squeamish, I'm sensitive, I don't think I could go on it, I don't think they would have pushed me. But me being stubborn, I am like, yeah, I'm going to go on this because I need this knowledge because of my position, and you just need it in life anyway. But I was at a gig, and it was in a little town called Little Fransham. It was a pub called the Canary and Linnet, and so we're going back. I'd literally just done a first aid course at work, and I must say I passed it, but I can't say I feel overly confident doing like a CPR scenario or anything like that. And before I set my gig up, so I'm backtracking a little bit, but before I set my gig up, this guy was talking to me. He was an old chap, and he was chatting to me and telling me about he'd got a granddaughter that wanted to sing and stuff like that. And I actually said, look, here's my card, and hang on, that might froze there. I said, here's my card. I said, tell her if she wants to text me or anything like that, and she wants to like talk about, you know, trying to get on the circuit, or if there's any advice I could give her, because she's only young. I said, get her to get in touch. And then I was singing, and then we had this like bit of a joke at my old work saying like my gigs are not for the faint-hearted and stuff like that, because but it weren't a funny scenario at all. And this guy, I just heard this woman shout out and said, we need some help over here. And I was just like, what's going on? And I'm in the middle of singing, and I can see loads of people starting to crowd round. The guy who was sat where he was, who was the guy I was talking to, was on the floor. And I was trying to sing, but at the same time think to myself, do I stop? I've just done a first aid course. I need to go over there. I need to do CPR and stuff like that. And I'd got all these things ticking around in my mind, and I was like, but is it that sort of situation? Is it a first aid situation? And I was trying to weigh everything up while singing on stage. And then fortunately for me, there was two paramedics that were on a night off, obviously very, very experienced, that came dashing over and started doing CPR. And I had to, I killed the music, obviously, and made sure it stopped, because out of respect. Don't get me wrong, when this was all over, we had to carry on, and we had to carry on with the gig, because these things, they happen in venues and stuff, and you do have to, you know, you can't, not everybody just sort of stops what they're doing afterwards, you know. But this guy, anyway, he was taken away in an ambulance, and then once he was taken away in an ambulance, it was like, right, back to work, everyone, you know. And it was like that, and it's like, okay, so you go through a scenario like that, and then you've got to carry on and entertain it, and that's really hard. And then you've got to really build a bit of a good energy in the room, because everybody's like all in shock and feeling down and stuff. But in my mind, I was thinking, oh my God, if them paramedics weren't there, I would have had to have done that. And I don't know if I would have done a good job. And because I don't overly feel confident after doing my first aid course. And that was, all my sort of anxiety sort of stemmed from around about that time and stuff like that. And it just scared me. The whole scenario just absolutely terrified me that happened. But you know, you can't like sort of think like that, and you do have to do what you've got to do. But my sister's done CPR at work, and she's actually, thanks to her, someone's life was, you know, I mean, unfortunately, the person that my sister done CPR on, they did die later in hospital, but she kept them going until this person was in the hands of someone at the hospital. And my sister's so hard, and she just like would just be able to just do it. But because I'm such a sensitive soul, I'd be like, oh, what if I don't do it right? Or what if, you know what I mean? And there's no right or way, wrong way. Something is better than nothing. But it's just such a terrifying situation. So my anxiety all sort of stemmed from there. And I don't even know why we're talking about this anymore. It's just sort of gone on to it. Collar and chat with Joanne says, you know what your best tool is? A whistle. If you're in trouble, a whistle always means help. Oh my God, that's a really, really good idea to carry a whistle around. I do have a rape alarm though. Because obviously when I'm doing my gigs and I'm, not that anyone, well, you just don't know, do you? But if I'm like, sort of in a car park or going backwards and forwards and that, I do have a rape alarm. So, just for safety, but 9 times out of 10 my dad's with me anyway. But yeah, a whistle is a really, really good idea. Teresa says, I just can't do CPR. I will freeze. Ever since I saw a dead body, it just freaks me out. I mean, yeah, I don't obviously want our Monday morning to go on like a little bit of a depressing subject here, but it is scary. It's scary. But if you don't try, then whoever the person is in that situation doesn't have any hope. But if you're sat there in that situation, you're like, oh my God, it's all on me because I'm the only one that's got a little bit of experience. That's then scary because you're the one that's sort of in control. And if you're not confident in it, I mean, give me a microphone, I'll sing you a song, but give me a, what they called, it's a TENS machine. That's not a TENS machine. That's for when you're in labour. Defib. Give me a defib and I'm a bag of nerves, an absolute bag of nerves. Lisa says, I always say you never know how you'll react in that situation. Well, that's what I said. I never knew how I would, but I was in that situation and I knew how I acted and I was frozen. I'd got so much going around in my head at the same time because I was trying to sing, and I was trying to analyse the situation and I was like, is this a first aid situation? Like something's going on, but is it a CPR situation or is he just banged his head? Or do you know what I mean? What is this? Do you know what I mean? Or is he a diabetic? Does he just need his insulin or whatever? And I was trying to sort of weigh it up at the same time. And some venues don't want you to kill the music in those situations because they don't want to draw attention to a situation because it sets panic in. So you as the entertainer, you have to sort of think on your feet really fast. I mean, my mum has done a gig and someone has had CPR and her band has had to carry on performing because the venue have said carry on because of the other guests. And she's had to just do it. And then while she's been singing, watch it. And that's hard. That's hard. But then it's not just entertaining. It could be in any job situation. You could be working, I always use Tesco's as an example because it's something we use every day, but you could just be working checkout in Tesco's and have the same scenario. Would Tesco's close for that situation? I don't know. Would they? Don't know. But we had a bad one at Richardson's once. Obviously it's Richardson's business, so I'm not going to sort of like talk too much about it. But yeah, we had a bad one there, and that was scary. That was a real scary one. But I must say, the team that I had, my team of lifeguards, although I had a very, very young team and they could be really daft and very immature and just genuinely stupid to the team, But oh my God, all credit to them. When it came to that situation, they knuckled down and they got on. I couldn't have praised my team enough. I mean, I just thought, wow, talk about like, surprise me. I just did not expect that from my team of lifeguards, but they were amazing and they were all doing CPR and they were all alternating and working as a team, and I was just like blown away, and I just thought, wow, that's my team, and I felt so proud because I know what I'm like when it comes to doing CPR. So yeah, Richardson's team did really, really well there. So yeah, they were a good team, despite the fact that they were always daft and immature and silly. But yeah, when it came, it's almost like when the chips were down, they got on with it. They were good. Paul says, we've sadly had one of our guest members at a gig fall into the drum kit. What? Seriously scary at the time. Thankfully, the individual was fine. I mean, anything can happen at a gig, can't it? Absolutely anything. Colour and Hazel says, was that the script concert? So everyone is talking in the chat about scenarios that they've been in. I mean, the thing is, this is daily life, and these are things that sort of like give you like these hang-ups and these anxieties and these moments and things like that, you know. And at some point in our life, we could be in these scenarios. So it's kind of good to sort of air it and vent it and sort of chat about it. And yeah, and just talk about what's going on. But anyway, I'm going to lighten the mood a little bit now. But feel free to obviously talk amongst yourselves about these scenarios if you feel like, you know, you want to get them off your chest, because it is important to do that. I can see your comment coming in, Diane. That must be a hard job for things like that. It must be so, so hard. All credit to the people that work in care homes and on the NHS, though. You must be really thick-skinned. That is like really hardcore stuff. And we need people like you around, so all credit to you. So let's talk about this £10 challenge. So I was meant to do it last week, but obviously I wanted to put the vlog up where I did like the weekend vlog. I really wanted to put that one up, but I'm putting the £10 challenge up 100% definitely this week, okay? And I'm recording it. So I'm going to be recording it today. So that is my mission. And I thought I'd bring you guys in on it a little bit rather than me make the decision where I want to go, because I was getting lots of comments, people saying, oh, Gabby, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. So I like I took some of the comments that I saw or could see that hadn't gone by this point, because sometimes once I've liked a comment and responded to it, it will vanish off my notification list. So by the time I decided to bring you guys on, from that point on, I started like screenshotting like your comments and where people had wanted me to go. So I thought what I'll do is I'll do a poll. I'll get you guys to vote, right? And then obviously we do have the super louders who pay for like a high tier membership, and I usually do behind the scenes videos for them, but I haven't done one for them since I was in Mallorca, which I feel really bad about because life has just like been so chaotic. So I thought I'm going to let the super louders decide. So I'm going to let the louders like vote, and then I'm going to whittle down what the top ones are and let the super louders then make the decision, you know, because obviously they haven't had their perk for the month and stuff like that. So thank you so much, Barry. £10 for the challenge. Oh, thanks, Barry. Sponsored by Barry Coppock. Love it. Thank you so much, Barry. Much appreciated. So yeah, so what I've done is we've whittled it down, and it was going to be the top 3, but it's now the top 4 because there are 2 things, or 2 places. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'll say. The 2 places that are neck and neck. So I can't have top 3. It has to be top 4 now. So in the top 4, we've got, I wonder if you can guess what we've got. Have a little guess what you think we've got. Harry says £200 for the challenge. When I get really rich and famous, yeah, £200 for the challenge. So we've got someone saying savers, someone saying Poundland, someone saying home bargains. Right, so in Super Drug Alison wasn't even in it. We're talking about the poll. But I should go there. Oh, Colour and Chat with Joanne. Thank you so much for your super chat. Wine Fund. Relax, enjoy life. Shine on, Gabs. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I will have a wine tonight. Bring it. While the cat's away, the mice will play. I'll get the bottle of wine out. Way. I'll do it when he's here anyway. So I don't know why I'm saying that. Yeah, and when I say the mice will play, don't anyone go and twist that and make out I'm going to cheat. I was talking about drinking a glass of wine, because you know what people like, they take things and go, ooh, and twist it. So yeah, anyway, I should stop stressing. Where are we at? Cash converters? I don't have a cash converters. Do I have a cash converters around here? Don't know. Is that like a cash and carry? Someone saying Primark. Primark wasn't in the Wetherspoons. So I'll tell you what we had. I'll tell you what we had that was in the poll. We had, in no particular order, McDonald's, Aldi, Savers, a department store of some description. So it could have been like the House of Fraser, Marks and Spencer's, Tippenham's. Tippenham's is gone, isn't it? We got any more left? John Lewis. John Lewis is a good department store. I like that. So it could have been any department store. I can't remember what I've said now. Hang on. Aldi, McDonald's, Savers. So I've said the food ones. Savers, Home Bargains, a department store. What else? What else was it? Someone help me out here. What was it? Makes you wonder how I remember my words for my songs for my gigs, doesn't it? My God, what was it? Was it QD? Was it QD? No, was it QD? Dunelm. Dunelm, I think that's it. Dunelm, yes. Thank you. No, Poundland wasn't in it. I think Dunelm was in it. Yeah, not Dunelm. QD. I think QD was in it. I think. Oh, I can't remember. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll quickly go and check. Bear with me. Because I've got it here in front of me. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I'm just waiting for this to come up. How many people have we got with us today? 259! Booyakasha. Give us a thumbs up, guys. I don't know why I said that. Okay, so we've got... Yeah, Savers, QD, any department store, Dunelm, McDonald's, Aldi, and... Where was the other one? Home Bargains, weren't it? That's right. Okay, so in the running for the super loudest to pick was, drum roll. Do you see that? All the dust went when I did that. Okay, so we've got, that didn't really, that was a joke. We've got Home Bargains, Aldi, McDonald's, and I'm still ranting about McDonald's in a minute. Just you wait for McDonald's. And we've got Savers. So they're the four that the Super Louders got to pick from. And I'm going to let you know at the end of this coffee morning what they picked, because there's still time for the Super Louders to vote. They know the time is up by the end of the coffee morning. I've already told them. So at the moment, I could tell you what's in the lead, but I feel like it's too close to the end, so things might not change. So I will let you know at the end. So isn't it nice, the bit of suspense? Where am I going today? Where will it be? We'll let the Super Louders find out. But obviously, hopefully you all understand why I have given the Super Louders that final option. Obviously, they do pay for their membership and their perk is behind the scenes, and obviously they haven't had a behind the scenes for ages, and I wanted to give them something back because of their support on the channel. So that's why. So you can hear screaming. That's outside. But it's not screaming like you think. It's just kids like screaming and having tantrums outside. It's not screaming like emergency screaming. It's just kids, because obviously it's the beach. Everyone's going down the beach, aren't they? So that's why you can hear screaming. Oh, Starbucks for coffee. Do you know what? I should put a little coffee trip in there. But the thing is, at the same time, I'm actually vlogging a week vlog. So I've got the, although I'm filming the £10 challenge that's going to go up for you this week, starting tomorrow, I'm doing a week vlog anyway. So I might feature a coffee shop in that. So I don't want to spoil you with too many coffee shops because that could be overload excitement. Do you know what I mean? Do you see my sarcasm on my face when I say that? No, but it is like drinking coffee from these coffee shops is the best part of the day. It is incredible. I love going to coffee shops. I'm in them all the time. Caffè Nero, Michael says. Oh, hands down, every time. But I just can't fit the stroller in there anymore. It's a nightmare. And Casper won't sit still. So if I sit Casper in a chair in Caffè Nero, he will get up and he will run. So he'll sit down for a little bit and he'll like have a little bit of his lunch, take a couple of bites, and then he will just run. And I'm like, oh man, I need you to sit down. Do you know what I mean? But he doesn't sit down because he wants to go. High chairs are getting a little bit difficult with Casper because like his knees keep hitting the bars now. So although they sort of tie him down a bit, strap him down, they're not very comfortable for him. But we do put him in them where we can because otherwise, we just won't drink our coffee. We might as well just go and sit in a play area. So taking Casper in coffee shops is becoming a big no-no at the moment. But if he stays in his stroller, so if he's in his stroller and we've been walking around Norwich or something, and he has to have his stroller when we're walking around Norwich because it's tiring for his little legs. So we'll put him in there. And then if we go into a coffee shop while he's still in the stroller, he'll be chilled and he'll be fine just sat in there, you know. So it's like, why get him out? Why get him out to sit on a chair for him to run off because he doesn't want to be sat on it, or put him in a high chair where he's strapped down when he's content where he is. So anyway, but there's not a lot of room for the stroller in Caffè Nero. Like, I opt for Caffè Nero to have a refurb and become bigger. I do, I really, really do. But we'll see. Maybe in time, because it's my favourite coffee shop. I absolutely adore it. It's amazing. I'm always there. It's ridiculous how often I'm there. Nathan is saying you need to go to Morrison's. I do think I need to do a supermarket one. I do think that's going to be on the cards. But like I say, I'm going to be doing quite a lot of these £10 challenges. So you need to watch this space. But I do think supermarket ones, I think it's really good to go around and reflect on how much things are at the moment. But anyway, while you're all here, somebody has sent me in something that I promised I'd show on coffee morning. Right. So I've been sent in because, you know, can you remember Feetree or I don't know if I pronounced her name wrong, Feetree. She sent me in some lipsticks. I'm actually wearing one of them today, actually. One of the ones she gave me is beautiful during the day. I absolutely love it. But I am a big fan of lipsticks. But I've been sent in these lovely bracelets. So I'm just going to show you them. From a lady who makes these all on her own. Done a little bit of research on her, actually. She makes these all on her own. And she wanted to send them in so that I could have a look at them and obviously show them. She's got a page on Instagram. And they are so pretty. They're like little beaded. They're silver. I'm not actually sure which part is silver, whether it's, hang on, sorry about that. I don't know which part is silver. I don't know whether it's the beads or this, but if you have a look on her website, you'll be able to see. But they are so cute. And they've got all these like little different, well, you can buy all these different ones. They're all beaded, but they're all got like little different things on. She sent me one where you can have your initials, but she sent me an A. I hope that's not for anything mean. But yeah, they are so pretty. I love this one with the heart. They're like a gold and silver, but when they're on your wrist, they're really, really pretty. I love them. The name of it, anyway, give them a follow on Instagram because they've just started up. Private business, a bit like Feetree, so her own like little independent one where she sits and hand makes these. And I said I'd definitely show them off and let you guys know so you could give her a little bit of support on Instagram. hang on, where am I? So I will actually forward in my stories on Instagram anyway, but they're called, the company's called Silver Studio UK. And the little logo is like a little like leaf going around the logo, but I will share it on my Instagram stories anyway. But they're absolutely beautiful, and they're really nice for like day or night, so I really like them. So thank you so much, Sandra, for sending them in to me. It's much appreciated, and I wish you all the best with your little business, because it's not easy, is it, when you're trying to start your own business and you like, you know, you're trying to get off the ground and try and get recognized and stuff. And I think it's lovely you've sent them in, so I just wanted to mention that. So thank you so much for doing that. So yeah, I just thought I would mention that as well while they come in. Nathan says, which website called? I will have a look later, Gabby. Well, the company, the website, they've got, the website is www. obviously, silverstudio.uk. So go and check them out, because they've got some lovely little things on there. And they're on Instagram as Silver Studio UK, but I will actually share the link for that on my Instagram story later anyway. Right, so where, hang on, ignore me a second. I'm trying to multitask. 262 people watching this morning. Oh my God, that's insane. Thank you so much. Right, it is time to announce what the winning £10 challenge is. What is it gonna be? Right, drum roll. Let me just quickly refresh the page, just in case it hasn't refreshed. Hang on, just so I know. Super Louders, have you been voting? And the winner is... I've got the winner. Drums. Eugene, thank you so much for the drums. Eugene says off the charts. It is off the charts. The winner is... Lee! Lee, just told everyone. Well, someone had to, didn't they, Lee? It's Home Bargains! Congratulations to Home Bargains. You're going to be getting £10 extra this week. But I think that's a good one to go to be honest with you. I think it's going to be great. They've got all sorts of stuff in there, haven't they? Food, ornaments, toiletries, car stuff, woodwork, cards, candles. So yeah, they've got some nice bit of stuff. I've done some home bargain hauls in the past. So if you're interested to know, like say you're not familiar with Home Bargains or whatever, please feel free to go back through my vlogs and check out the home bargain hauls that I've done, because it's great in there. It's got a little bit of everything. So I'm really glad you guys have picked that. And do you know what's even better? Is it's on the doorstep. So I ain't got to get a Lowestoft, and I haven't got to go to Norwich for it. So I can go to Yarmouth. So brilliant. Great choice, guys. I'm chuffed with that. It's going to save me some petrol. But no, it's a great shop. It is. It's lovely. And it's got a bit of everything. So what I'm going to do is, in my vlog, I'll take you round like I did with Pound Shop, so you can see what's on the shelves and stuff like that. And then I'll bring you home with me, and then I'll show you what I've bought for £10. So that's what we're going to do. But anyway, I've got to get on with filming my £10 challenge. So I'm going to have to love you and leave you there today. Thank you so much for everyone that's joined. I'm sorry if it got depressing at some point, because it did get a bit depressing. But sometimes it's important to talk about depressing situations. And I tell you why, because you need to get them off your chest. Because if you don't get them off your chest, then you end up like having all going around your head, and then you go crazy. So that's no disrespect to anyone with mental health issues, because I've got mental health issues. I'm just saying it like you do, you know. So it's important to vent and get it out there. Very, very important. That's why we come on here, isn't it? Right. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You've all been amazing and very supportive. Please, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. hit the thumbs up, and please make sure that you hit that notification bell, because if you don't hit it, then you won't know what's coming up. So please hit it just for your notifications, and come and follow me on Instagram, get involved, see what's going on. I'm putting my stories up every day and stuff. So please come over, give me a follow if you haven't done so already as well. So from me and Smidge, I do have Smidge with me. Do you want to see Smidge? Let me show you Smidge. Come here, Smidge. Meow. He's been here the whole time. That's why I've got like the fan on, because yeah, because I can't open a window because he will just dart out the window. So here's Smidge. Smidge, say hi. He's saying, will you please stop using me as a puppet? I watched Marley and Me yesterday. Me and Holly did. Holly had a hangover, and we were watching Marley and Me, and we just cried and cried and cried and cried. And all I could think about was Smidge, even though he's not a dog, but it's just the fact that he's my pet. So, meow. He's quite content actually right now, isn't he? Are you quite content? Are you? Are you? Are you going to bite me any minute? Feeling the tension rising, Smidge. He is eyeing that window. He is. Say hello. Okay, bye. See you later, everyone. He's got bipolar. See you all later. Bye-bye.